Hi, welcome. I wanted to shoot a little video and answer a question that one of my clients, Christy, had sent me last week. She was one of the participants in our Awakening the Sacred Feminine day-long retreat that we did a weekend ago. And she emailed me the greatest question, and I felt like it was probably really relevant to many of us. So I decided to go ahead and include it in this week's Spirit Speaks and shoot a video to answer the question. So her question was, after I have an energy session or I do a retreat or something that really activates and opens me, I leave feeling amazing. And then a family member or even myself will sabotage my experience. How do I invoke the grounding and connection on a daily basis? So I think this is a really wonderful question, and I wanted to address it here. So the truth is, first and foremost, that you are a powerful being, and no one really, truly has the opportunity to sabotage our energy body unless we are giving them permission to do so. So I just want to remind each of us that we are the navigator of this sacred temple. Our physical body, our energetic body, our emotional body, and our spiritual bodies. And when we are managing and navigating those energies in a conscious way, we get to keep whatever vibrational frequency that we are experiencing. This goes in either direction. If it's a high vibrational frequency and you're really enjoying it, you get to hold that. And if it's low, you also get to hold that by choice. It's really up to you. So what I recommend is putting yourself in a bubble of light, of beautiful iridescent light. You can use the color white or iridescence or purples, whatever is innate and true for you. I often use gold if I'm operating at a really high frequency and I want to maintain and sustain that, then I'll use the color of gold. But what's essential is that you wrap yourself in something and that you're very intentional about this. I also recommend in that bubbling process to put a fine layer of pink around the external parts, because pink is the exchange of love. So we can protect ourselves and still remain available for the exchange, giving and receiving of love. So we can be in family and we can be in public and we can be with people that might not even bring us the greatest joy always, but we can still maintain and sustain our energy body when we're doing so consciously. So that's step one. I also recommend a daily practice. Whatever that practice might be, I highly, highly recommend upon awakening each morning that you do a meditation or a conscious intention setting of some sort to kind of set yourself and set the day. What you can do is close your eyes and envision a cord of light coming from your heart, bringing it all the way down through your first chakra, through the bottom of your seat, of your pelvic floor, anchoring deeply into the crystalline core of the center of the earth, activating your earthly grid so that you might feel very supported as you walk along your path of the day and very grounded. And then I'll often bring that energy cycle up again through my heart, activating more love, because that is really why we're all here, if we're remembering, and come up through the top of my head and connect the same way into heaven. So then I have the ability, as you do as well, to connect on an ethereal level as well. So now our earthly and our heavenly grids are set, and we're activating through heart. And I would also spend a moment setting clear intentions and offering gratitudes for that day and what I'm expecting to receive and awaiting to come into my field that day. So some kind of a practice is essential. Pick something that's innate and true for you, something that brings you joy, that's easy, that feels like it's an addition, a bonus into your daily activity. If something feels as if it is strenuous, or, if sitting in meditation with your eyes closed in lotus position for 30 minutes is not innate to who you are, who you be, then pick something else. You can take a morning walk, a morning stroll with eyes wide open, heart centered, and really activating consciousness. I do my morning writings So I'll put myself into my altered state, and then I freehand messages from the divine, and it's part of my daily activation. It's where I seek and receive my answers, some clarity of my steps for that day, or perhaps how I may be of greater service or my path forward. It's where I get clarity and can hone in. A lot of those are what is offered to you through Spirit Speaks as well. So the truth is it doesn't matter what. It matters that you are consciously activating a daily ritual to connect yourself and put yourself in a beam of protection. We are moving through a world that has many opportunistic energies and experiences. We're bumping up against other people's energy bodies and frequencies on a daily basis, on moment by moment. Even just the essence of the planet, many of us who are sensitive can feel the bumps of what's going on in the collective consciousness through a day as well. So what's essential is that you are conscious and that you are creating a container so that you might stay balanced, connected to source, to the earth, and to your truest nature. And then I also recommend to many of my clients that you do daily, sometimes multiple times a day, some clearing of yourself. I'm actually including some clearing statements in this week's messaging for you, so those will be below. But what's important here again is that you ask for support in clearing energies that are not in service of your greatest and highest good. And I really recommend doing this many, many, many times a day. The shower is a great time to start with the water running over, just giving yourself the opportunity to release anything that is no longer in service of your greatest and highest good. And also, just a word that when you leave a highly expanded situation, let's say you've been to an energy healer or a day-long retreat, or just had one of those breakthrough ahas walking in the woods, wherever, however it comes, but those times when you're feeling really expanded and you're really enjoying the frequency, the vibration that you're holding, you can ask your being to set that frequency as your new norm. And also, it's really important that we navigate our energy fields, meaning if you are in an expanded state and you're going home to your husband or children or partners or roommates or business or whatever it might be, know that they are in a different frequency. They're having a different experience than you are. So it's not fair for us to expect them to match us, nor is it necessary for us to match them. So with consciousness, you can set your body and give yourself some integration time. When you're coming from a hugely expanded place, then maybe you take a step in between going from the day-long retreat straight home, answering phone calls, emails, getting in the hub of what's happened for the hours you've been gone. Maybe it's beneficial to have a step in between. What would it be like to go sit by the river, to take yourself out for some tea or a nice dinner, something to integrate, take a walk in the woods? What would it be like to create integration time for yourself so that there's a step between where you are in this expansion and moving back into your norm? Because let's face it, things are always in flux, and we never know what we're going to find on the other side. So managing your energy is your responsibility, and it's a joyful activity. So what I'm inviting you into is to be conscious, to create space between expansion and integrate before you move back into normal life, and also connecting, clearing, and activating yourself on a daily basis with your practices. So beyond that, have a fabulous week. Enjoy all of your creation, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.